hi, I'm Nikki Draw. I'm going to try and do a little bit more videos. I've been doing a lot on Twitter about spirit guides, so I kind of wanted to keep doing, oh, I keep moving the phone, trying to do some short videos. Now, this one is because I've had a lot of questions about how do you contact, but also how do you trust it, because it's very hard to initially know what's you and what's somebody else. Now, the first one is, now we have to work on the basis that our guides are always trying to contact us. They're not trying to be intrusive, but they're kind of like wanting to be there. And when I'm talking about guides in this instance, I'm talking about personal guides that are with us all the time and we're their only focus. So it's us being open and receptive to it. So you'll find that sometimes we are very good at avoiding things or creating noise. Noise isn't a huge issue, but we also can get signs through things that we wouldn't expect to. A lot of people get them through books, through movies, through music, through some people need movement because when their body's moving, their mind gets to feel freer. So that means running, dancing, can be the fact that you need something where you feel like you're kind of in the flow of things. So you'll find that a lot of people get it when they are, running, and they can be doing something, or they can be doing something that is really meticulous and they'll get an idea. Some people get it when they're actually folding laundry. So there's not one thing in particular, and your chart can help you, your astro chart can help you in this way, because it can pinpoint how you can how do you create space. Now, if you have a lot in your fifth house, you might want to do some creative endeavors. Like art might be really important to you, and also if you're Leo, so you get that kind of, why don't you continue doing art and focus on trying to draw your guide. If you're a Cancerian, you will often be very clairsentient, which is clear feeling, so you'll often need space, which is being in the bath is quite a good one, where you actually can feel them, and you might think, oh, they feel taller than me, they feel like they're broader than me, and you can get all those sensations. Now, there's lots of ways, and I'll try and I've got another video where I go more in depth in it, but I just wanted to give this quick one about, also don't worry, because it's about building up a relationship. It takes time. Now, a lot of people are kind of like worried that they're not getting the right message or they're not hearing it. It takes a while to get used to it, and it takes a while for awareness. And so don't give up, but also note, try and make a note of these in a journal, because sometimes we're given things and we only get kind of a portion of the message, and we have to it takes us a few times before we get the message fully. And it's like every relationship, we have to learn how we communicate together. And you can ask, like, I'd really like to draw you, or I'd really like you to come close so I can sense your energy and I can feel you. Because I know somebody on Twitter yesterday asked about, I can't think of the name, I apologise, asked, well, I don't have a question, I just want to, kind of experience them. And it's like any friendship, what would you do when you're first getting to know them? You would usually just hang out. So you can actually just say, come hang out with me. I want to experience what it's like being in your energy and creating that space. Shamanic drumming, somebody else did that. That's also really great. Now you can also, because the thing is, when you're doing this, it's quite hard to understand what is you, what is your guide. Now there's no quick way of doing this other than just taking your time, making notes, and being consistent with it. And at some point, you'll suddenly start to trust that information. Now, bear in mind, the first thing that people want to do is ask their guides about the really big questions in life. Like one of the questions a lot of guides get is, what should I be doing with my whole life? And one of the first questions. Now, that's quite hard because you're only building up a relationship. It's like meeting someone for the first time and then getting into those deep, dark questions. Well, if you're very plutonic or scorpionic, you do that anyway. But for a lot of people, that takes time to actually trust the information. So start with the smaller stuff. Because often, if you start saying, what is my life purpose and stuff like that, now part of your journey might be to discover that. So it's kind of rock and a hard place for your guys, because they want to help you. But if you don't get instant answers on every big thing, then you might feel discouraged. So try to do your, smaller things, like try and ask them how, what do I need to know today? Or will I always talk about working with symbols, because it's just another form of language, like astrology is as well. You can actually ask, if you do astrology, you can actually ask to see, can you show me Mercury symbology? So you're looking out for Hermes, you're looking out for anything that the symbols, the glyphs, anything that relates to Mercury. And you look at the surroundings and see what else is around it. So that's a good one. Also look at asteroids are good for that as well. I think if you want to know more about them, Jessica's Adams has got a whole kind of reams of it, and it's very useful. But say if you were looking at the Manova, and you could see owls around you. When I was doing an exercise earlier this week, sorry, I'm holding this hand free, which is probably not the best way. Then I asked people for the competition to pick out symbols, and those symbols were important. Now, you can actually ask for a symbol and be shown it in your daily life. Now, where it's being shown is really important because it will give you more context about that message. So more important with this message, I know it's a bit garbled, I didn't plan it very well this morning, is just to say that it's normal not to understand straight away. It's normal not to trust things. Trust yourself and trust your guides first off. You're just meeting each other. It's normal to not get the whole message. It might take time. That's why it's really good to kind of diarise. And most of all, it's normal to say, okay, I'm scared, or I'm uncomfortable, or stop, this is going too fast. They will. They're not going to want you to feel uncomfortable, because you're trying to build up a relationship. What breaks trust the fastest is when people don't respect your boundaries. And you do have boundaries with guides. You can say, no, I don't really, this is not how I want to work. So just think of it as another relationship, and you're working towards it. So don't worry that there's anything particularly wrong. Take it day by day. So whatever you choose to do, whether you choose to try and contact your guides over a cup of tea, or that you have in the morning, or coffee, or whether you want to do it when you're going running, or well, not me, but it's take that time and then just make a note of it. It takes time to build it up, and you can refer back to it and go, oh, okay, I remember when that was said. Ask questions that are, if you're looking for proof, that are kind of easier to prove, the smaller questions, or ask how you can kind of like, what can I do today to take a step towards where I need to be? And you can ask them to be more visible. Unless you are unshockable, they're probably not going to turn up in the standing at the bottom of your bed, because if they did that, that would freak you out. Most people would be freaked out by that. But you can use cards, you can use charms, you can use drawings, do anything that you want to, that helps you connect to your creativity, connect to yourself. Sometimes it's just sitting by water. I'll often get inspiration if I'm sitting by water or cooking. Anything that you feel is important to your well-being, anything that you feel where you feel calm as well, and it gives them the space to it. And when I say calm, some people find calm by doing, drumming and dancing to drum bass. So it is whatever brings you, whichever is calm, but also maybe I should have also said, also just brings you joy and happiness, because that raises your vibration. It also just means that you're more receptive as well. And also don't forget to ground. Grounding is very important. I'll probably do another video on that. Sorry it's very quick, and sorry it's a bit messy today, but I will try. Looks like I'm trying to let everyone look up my nose. It's very bad. I will try and have a better one tomorrow.